Oh, greetings, people. Greetings, greetings, greetings. I've not done a 5 p.m. live in a long time. How you guys doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know what? I want to talk about love. I want to talk about this thing that all of us have been hearing about our entire existence. Yeah, so it's my first live in a minute. It's my first weekly live in a while. I think I'm going to move the time back to 7 p.m. But I just wanted to jump on and reach out to you, beautiful human beings. And we just have a quick a quick talk, see what you guys are up to, taking what you guys are doing. Um, and to discuss the power of this thing that we call love, this thing that alters everything. Amazing, Maisie, what's going on? Welcome to the live stream. How you doing, Amazing Maisie? It is beautiful to see you here. It is wonderful to see you here. I hope you are having a wonderful Friday. I hope it's been a good day for you. Amazing Maisie, I have decided, look, I have not been doing enough of these lives, and I miss doing the lives, and I miss us bantering and talking about things that I think could be important to the world and to all of us. I hope you are having a good one. So we're going to be doing this series on talking about love, this thing that we all talk about that has so many facets and so many angles. Vivek, you made it. What's up? What's up? What's up? I know it's kind of early, Vivette. I know it's kind of early, sis, but welcome to the stream. So I'm used to do these lives like almost every day, and I had to stop because of all kinds of things. I mean, I'm still fighting. Joy, what's up? What's up? What's up, Joy? How you doing? I am still fighting a pinched nerve. But people, you know what's been working for me? Dwayne, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome. We are about to discuss a topic that we've been hearing about our entire lives. We're going to be talking about love and the many facets of love. I'm going to be doing an entire series on this amazing topic, this thing called love. People, I got to tell you this. A friend of mine suggested, because I have this pinched nerve in my back, it's getting better. And the person suggested that I get something in Jamaica we call tuna. It's a plant, tuna plant, and coconut, young green coconut, use the water, and then cut up the tuna plant, put it in the water, and leave it overnight for a day or two in the refrigerator. And then I drink it. And they say I should feel better. So I started drinking it today. I'm going to tell you guys how I feel in another week. I'm going to be doing it for an entire week. Devane, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Vivette, it is always wonderful to see you. The amazing Maisie is always amazing. My sister Joy is so good. So people, love, soft as an easy chair, fresh as the morning air. Now, this is a topic that I know that we have, I think we may have exhausted, but we really haven't exhausted. When I was younger, one of the things that I always desired was to find the right partner. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about love now, the man and woman love. The right partner where that love was the way you connected, where you were spiritual mates, soul mates, sexual mates, where everything just clicked, everything was perfect, it just worked beautifully. And I didn't realize when I was much younger that to achieve that goal, it takes a while to find all the people that, to find that right person. So the aspect of love that I wanted to discuss today is the fact that, we are taught that, there's that one person that you find who's perfect for you and you fall in love with. But you know what? I don't think that's true. I think it is possible for us to be loved and be in love with. I'm talking about, in terms of a sexual relationship that blossoms beyond sexuality. I think we can find many, many persons, depending on the phase of our life, that we fall in love with. I don't know. I mean, I know some people believe there is no such a thing. And I know that there's some people who believe that, what you have to do is you have to find Kimon Reed Unstoppable. What's going on, Kimon Reed Unstoppable? Welcome to the stream. We're going to be talking about love for the next couple of weeks, different aspects of love, different moments, and I want you guys to let me know what you think, what you feel, your thoughts on the issue, on this whole thing that so many of us spend so much of our lives trying to achieve. We spend so much of our lives running towards this thing called love without having a clear definition of what love is supposed to be. I think in my mind, I've been in love several times. But as I mature, people, I've started to realize that some of the times I thought I was in love, I was really just in lust. I really was not in love. I mean, I kind of thought I was in love, but I realized that I wasn't in love, people. I was just in deep, deep lust. You know what I'm saying? The chemistry between me and that person at that point in time might have been so amazing that I just thought, this is it. You know what I'm saying? This is it. You just feel like you've met the right person. And then 6 months later, you realize, no, this is it. Nah. So I kind of decided to do this series because a couple of friends of mine and we've been talking through this COVID thing. We've been talking a lot more than we would normally talk. And this whole idea of love and what we think love is and who love is and what we love and, and all this love thing came up. And then I realized that there have been points in my life, and we're going to be talking about love in terms of spousal love. We're going to be talking about love in terms of family, community, in terms of siblings, in terms of all these different elements of love. But today I wanted to really kind of tone in and talk about this concept of the love of your life. You know what I'm saying? I think many of us kind of believe in this concept of the love of your life. And I just wanted to first ask you people, my beautiful family, my awesome tribe, if you all believe in this concept that, there's this one person out there for you, and that person is just, and God made this person specifically for you, or do you believe, like I believe, that you can fall in love, you can have persons who are perfect for you depending on where you are in your spiritual, emotional, and psychological development? You get what I'm trying to say to you? In other words, the person you may think is your perfect mate when you are 18 to 25 may not be the person you think is your perfect mate when you are 35 to 45. If you get what I'm trying to say to you. Kimon says, I like different love relationships topics. Yeah, because love is a thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing that keeps us together no matter what we say. There are a few consistencies unless someone is suffering from some kind of psychosis. Most people that I've come across in my life, regardless of their station in life, regardless of their education in life, regardless of where they are from, their ethnicity, pretty much everybody I've ever come across wants the same thing. We want to find someone that makes us, someone to love and someone who loves us. We'll be talking about that in another issue. So I just wanted to first tackle this idea of in a relationship that is sexually based, a relationship that's about two persons committing themselves to each other. Do you believe that there is one and only one person that is your perfect mate? And until you find this person, you are not going to be happy. I just wanted to know if you all believe that. I don't know if, for me, in my personal experience, like I said, I've started to evolve the idea. When I was younger, I thought that there was going to be this one woman that I met, and she was going to be beautiful. She was going to be smart, intelligent, totally and completely committed to me as a person. She was going to be faithful. She was also going to be the greatest lover in the history of mankind. All these things that the books tell you about, the movies tell you about, people around you, adults tell you about as you're growing up. But then when you get older, you kind of start realizing that there were people that I thought were my perfect soulmates when I was 18 or when I was 28, or now that I'm 30. So I just wanted first to ask if you guys believe that there's such a thing as a soulmate. I see y'all reaching out to each other. That's kind of cool. That's nice. People, I know that this is a very, very early stream, but you know what? I just wanted to do something a little different, and I'm kind of feeling it. And the truth is, I'm kind of been really, really super busy. So if you don't mind, can you let me know if you believe in the concept of one partner that the Almighty has for you, and until you both find each other, then you will not be complete as human beings? Or do you believe that it depends on where you are in your life, and different persons, you can outgrow a soulmate, or a soulmate can outgrow you, or as you evolve into a different person, you can find different soulmates? You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you guys think. But I kind of believe that this topic, Kimon said it, discussing love in any language and in any way is always a positive, because it's something that I think we all desperately want to be a part of. We all we want to find somebody that love we, and I feel with somebody, and them there with we, and they're here for us, and that safety you feel. Now I'm going to tell you all a little story. When I was a little younger, I met this young lady. People, the first time I met this young lady, oh my gosh, she was fine. She was Hercules. She was gorgeous. I mean, I'm talking about that beautiful ebony skin tone. She had the body of a goddess, like her beautiful lips, eyes. Oh my gosh. I mean, even the way, even her what do you call it now? The way she smelled, it was just remarkable. I mean, like the first time I saw her, I mean, my knees collapsed. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw her literally. I went to this fashion house in Kingston, Jamaica. There's a very, very popular modeling agency called Pulse Modeling Agency. We produce supermodels out of Pulse Modeling Agency here in Jamaica. And I walked into Pulse to see the guy who owns it, the gentleman who owns it. And I saw her walk past, and I was like, damn. Listen, people, ladies, you have women do not understand the power they have, because I cannot believe any woman sees a man and has this kind of response. I went weak in the knees. I remember I just wanted to breathe the same air she's breathing. Hey, Susie, yes, I am, Susie. We're talking about love, baby girl. And I was like, this thing freaked me out, people. She was so fine. But here's the thing that you have to understand, right? The sentiment I felt for her, and ladies, do not crucify me, but there was an overwhelming sense of desire. I wanted this woman. I wanted to hold her and kiss her and touch her and do other things to her. Hey, Marianne, how you doing, beautiful? And here is what I mean. I mean, for me, this was. I mean, I was in a meeting with Mr. Cooper, and I didn't hear anything that man said to me. I still don't remember. I just said, because I was just looking out the window, and she was there practicing, and I was like, Hercules. You have no idea. It was crazy. And this is what I'm saying. As I think about this, as I have matured, was that love, or was that just unadulterated lust? Was that just lust, people? Was I just lusting at this woman? I desired her. So I eventually made my way outside, and she was kind of looking at me because when I was younger, I was kind of cute. You know what I'm saying? I had it going on. Come on, man. I was a little cute. I was a cute guy. Come on now. And it's true. And she kind of, just kind of give, when women, we all do where you pretend like you're not seeing it, so you kind of go, that you're not talking about. Come on now, you know what I'm talking about. And so I eventually, I was a little shy, so I kind of got the nerve, and I kind of, stepped over there, and I pretended to be somebody that I'm not, but kind of still me. So I kind of walked over to her, and I was like, "Hey, what's up? My name is Peter, as in Peter Lloyd." and she was kind of cool, she was like, "How you doing?" kind of thing. And it was crazy because I literally and ladies, you have to understand, there was a part of me that wanted, "Hey, Mary Ann, how you doing, beautiful? How you feeling? You feeling better?" Susie, I know you are shocked to see me here. Yes, men make women melt in the knees too. Really, Susie? I wonder if I ever had that effect on a woman. That would be kind of really nice. Joy said, "Head over ears." Yes. Mary Ann says, "Yes, men do this to women too." I don't know. I know us men, we can be a little slow sometimes, but I've never really thought about that. I've always thought that women have, because I'm telling you that when I met that girl, I was just like, and here is the thing that you have to understand, Nathan. This is why I wanted to bring up this whole thing about soulmate, right? When I saw her, I realized that there were two competing emotions. One was, and please do not take this the wrong way. I mean, I don't mean this in a literal sense, but there was a caveman side of me that wanted to just club her over the head with a club, throw her over my shoulder, and just take her home and just ravish her. Okay? But then there was another side of me that, I was weak in the knees. I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I'm losing control. You remember that song? Y'all know that song? Come on now. And Marianne says women get intimidated too. Why though, Marianne? You people have all the power. You have all the power. I mean, listen to me. Listen, I believe, honestly, if women banded together and said, "Listen, no more relations with any man unless we stop wars," every war on this planet, every war would terminate. Actually, I think women in Greece, I think, did this thousands of years ago. 2.5 acres. What's going on there? What's going on? People in 2.5 acres. People, 2.5 acres. What's going on? I really think that if women got together and said, "You know something? I'm tired of this, man. No more wars." Gentlemen, if you want to visit the promised land, if you want to experience the Garden of Eden, there can be no more wars. I honestly think wars would end, like, boom, immediately. So what I'm saying is that for me at that age, I must have been about 18, 19. Glorious Life on Wheels, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. We are discussing the power of love. We are discussing the power of love. We're going to be doing an entire series on love, and today we're talking about the concept of a soulmate. We're discussing soulmates. Is it that? Let me say it again. What we're discussing is this: do you believe, right, that the Almighty or the universe or God or whichever deity you serve creates one soulmate for you, and if you are fortunate to find that soulmate, you find happiness? One, two, or is it that you will find different persons who will seem to be your soulmates depending on where you are in your existence? So I was just telling me a story about this young lady that I met when I was 18 or 19 years old. And is that love or just attraction? That's what I was saying, Susie. When I saw her, um, the, like I said, I had two different feelings. One was an overwhelming desire to have her, to consume her. It was almost like a fire that was burning in the pit of my stomach. I desired this woman in a way that it was irrational. I couldn't think. I just wanted to be able to touch her, be around her. But then there was another side of me that was petrified and terrified of doing something that may turn her off, or you know what I'm trying to say to you. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Yes, 2.5 acres. So I Ethel says, I'm so lonely. I think a lot of people are. I'm so sorry that you're feeling that way, though. Welcome to the stream. What's going on? Why do you feel this way? What's happening in your life? Why you feel this way? Oh, thank you, Susie. Joy says infatuation. But this is what I'm saying, Joy, because I know I have friends who that's how their relationship started, and 10, 15, 20 years down the line, those people are still happy and together. And I have friends who didn't start that way, and 6 months down the line have ended. I mean, what is it that differentiates this thing? First of all, what is your definition of the term soulmate? Because I kind of think we all have very, very different concepts of that. Right, Ethar? What is your concept of a soulmate? I think we all have a very different idea of what soulmate is supposed to be. And in my experience, but I mean, everybody, when I talk to my friends and I talk to other persons, I realize that we all have a kind of sameness about our concept of what we think that should be. So we kind of believe that, for instance, we kind of believe that a soulmate should be someone who you vibrate on the same emotional frequency. If you get what I'm saying. Susie says, better to be alone and happy than to be lonely in a bad relationship. I believe in that 1,000,000%. 2.5 says, it's something you work at every day. I agree, 2.5 acres. I agree with that. Marianne says, I think we have unique numbers as soulmates, as individuals, as our life. I think soulmates can be special people that cross our paths in different times of our life. And I've been sort of leaning towards it as I have matured, Marianne. Marianne, you guys in the stream are always so remarkably intelligent. And I'm being serious. Because that's not what we are taught, We're kind of taught that you're going to find one person, this is going to be the person that you stay with for the rest of your life. And I really think, Marianne, you're alluding to something that I believe now, which is the person I was 10 years ago is not the man I am today. And the man I'm going to be in 10 years is not the man I think we are constantly evolving and changing. And I think if we are fortunate to find ourselves a soulmate, Glorious Life on Wheels says, I think there is such a thing as a soulmate, a person who no matter how many other people you encounter or even love, that one person still occupies your heart. I think that is the most beautiful definition of the term soulmate I have ever heard in my life. It's absolutely perfect. I'm going to repeat that. Glorious Life on Wheels wrote, I think there is such a thing as a soulmate, a person who no matter how many other people you encounter or even love, that one person still occupies your heart. Wow. That is beautiful. Marianne says, if people work together and vibrate together for time and it's special, it's a soulmate. Susie says, knight in shining armor. What we were taught, Marianne says, yes, it's very much agree in Disney movies. And this is the thing though, but if this is, because there's an element. I've met people. I know a couple called Fred and Doreen. They're now in their 70s. They've been together since they were in high school. Those two human beings are the two happiest persons I've ever come across. I've known them for about 25 years. They have always been very direct. I mean, not that they've never had problems, not they've both had not, I've never looked at other people, but those two people, since I met them as a very young person, she would start a sentence, Doreen would start a sentence, and Fred would literally finish the sentence. I mean, I was doing work with Fred, and several times, and Fred would say, I wonder if Doreen is okay. And his cell phone would ring. And I'm like, how is this possible? And even speaking to them now, I can't see them because of COVID. There is a connection between those two people that it's insane. The connection. Like I said, I believe if it wasn't for Jesus loving me and learning how to love others like he does, my bride and I would be done a long time ago. 2.5 acres. This may be a dangerous question to ask, but I'm still going to ask it. Do you think your bride is your soulmate? Glorious Life on Wheels alluded to something that I think I have grown to believe, which is I do believe that there can be a person who you fall in love with or who fills you up. And even if you will never get together, even if the person is with someone else and you're with someone else, and even if, but the person, you will always be in love with that person. I kind of believe that. I guess what 2.5 acres is alluding to is that because of God's love and his ability, him being taught to love, God's love has kept them together. 2.5 acres says, yes, I think God put us together. That is absolutely beautiful. Susie says, that happens with close friends too. Yeah, but you're right, Susie. That's what I'm saying. The concept of a soulmate, we tend to see that concept in a sexual way. But can a soulmate be like a muse for an artist? I remember one of my most productive periods as an artist, as a singer-songwriter, was with my first daughter's mom. We got along and we didn't get along, but creatively, for some reason, I was at my creative best around this person. And I wonder if this concept of a soulmate is something that we conflate, meaning if it's something that, Susie alluded to it, Disney told us about, or books, the TV tell us about, and then we go out looking for that, and then we find one or several persons, and we impose this idea on that person. Miriam says, I have many kinds of varieties of relationships. There are people I would do everything I could for. I think there are different kinds of soulmate. I love that, Miriam. Miriam, how old are you? 90? 200? I love that. But I also must say that what Glorious Life on Wheels wrote, that definition, is also practical. It sort of makes sense. It could really be what Marianne is alluding to and what Susie is alluding to, which is a combination of factors. One is something that we are taught to believe in. Marianne says, I believe I have many special soulmates. But is there someone, Marianne, who has always occupied your heart that you believe you will forever, more than any other person, you will ever feel, you will feel love for? I'm not saying other persons, but is there one person above all these other persons that you feel a connection with that is indescribable, that you even if you haven't seen the person for 10 years, you still think of that person occasionally? 2.5 acres says, God has someone just for you. I just waited, and boom, there she is. The hard part is the waiting. Yeah. Wow. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful, 2.5 acres. Marianne says he passed away. Oh no. Okay. All right. But Marianne, were they soulmates? Oh, your ex-husband. I think you've mentioned him to us in the street before, and I think you've mentioned him to me. But that's it. But that's the thing, though. once you love like that, can you love like that again? Susie says, I used to feel that way, but not anymore. Things change. Marianne says, also Andrew Cole and you. Me? Oh, cool. Thank you. That is really cool. And I like Andrew Cole's music a lot, so you're forgiven. Tony says, listening in the bushes. Love you, sis. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Thank you for stopping by and just listening. It's just that this thing called love preoccupies, I think, almost all of us. Marianne says it's strength. It seems that we're kind of alluding to the fact that we are all correct. That we all, the concept of a soulmate is real to us all. 2.5 Acres believes doesn't believe, he knows he has found the person that God put there for him. And at the same time, I think there's also the idea that what could be happening for all of us is that, I'm trying to find the right way to say this, we love, and depending on where we are in our lives, there may be other persons, if we open our minds and hearts to it, who can also occupy that space as a soulmates. You know what I'm saying? What was interesting is Susie said your soulmate can be someone where it is non-sexual. It is not a sexual connection. It's simply a person who you connect with in a way that can also be non-sexual. Marion says it keeps your heart open. You can be surrounded. If you keep your heart open, you can be surrounded by love. Glorious Life on Wheels says, I think with a soulmate, once you have met them and have been involved with them, there's always a periodic longing for that person, even if you experience happiness with someone else. Glorious Life on Wheels, may I suggest you start doing some writing, if it's prose or poetry, because really what you're writing is beautiful. It's so beautifully stated, and I can relate exactly to what you're saying. I do think, okay, so if you have a soulmate that you may have lost a soulmate, unfortunately, like Marianne, or you had someone that you were with, but you are no longer with that person, but you still love that person. I'm going to segue into this just momentarily. You guys tell me what you think. Do you think then that it is unfair, if you are still deeply connected to one person, to be dating, in love with, or married to another? Joyce says, always something there to remind me. I was born to love you, and I would never be free. Dionne Warwick, Burt Bacharach. So do you think, if there is this person that occupies your heart or your soul in that manner, who you were involved with, okay, Marian, I'm saying, if there is that one person above all other persons that occupies your heart, that fills your heart, even if you are no longer with the person, or like in your instance, the person unfortunately has gone to the next plane, is it then fair to be with another person when you know this other person can never fill that person's shoes emotionally? You understand what I'm saying? You'll always be a part of me. That's a soulmate. Joy. That's what Joy says. That's beautiful, Joy. Absolutely beautiful. You understand what I'm saying, Marianne? Is it then fair if that person, Thursday's child, how you going? How you doing? One, you're like a dream come true. Just want to be with you. Is it then fair, Marianne, or everyone in the chat, that if you have had this person, this soulmate, this person that occupies your heart, that you still desire above anyone else, but you can no longer be with this person for whatever reason, is it fair then to have a commitment to another person? Kimon Reeves Unstoppable says, Peter Lloyd, can I ask one question? How avoiding stalkers? We as women have been careful with mixed signals. Kimon Reed Unstoppable, I just had a situation literally with a very close friend of mine who has had this problem. We were just having this conversation. I do not believe when we are stalked, male or female, it has anything to do with us. Normally that means the person is broken. There's something wrong with that person. Stalkers, something is wrong with the stalker. I think no matter how careful you may be as a woman or you may be as a man in trying to not give your stalker the wrong impression, it doesn't matter. That person has had a psychic break. You know, something is not right with them and they need professional help. And there's not, it's, in other words, so if you walked around in their presence stark naked, or if you were dressed like a nun, or if you don't speak to them, or if you say hi, it has not, you have nothing to do with that. And let me say that categorically. This is my belief, and I'm pretty sure I'm correct. I don't believe that has any, you have nothing to do with that, Kimon Reed Unstoppable. There is no signal you can send if a person has had a psychic break that is going to make a difference to a stalker. It just won't. It doesn't matter. No matter what you do, it's not going to make any difference. Kimon says, Mary says, I think our lives need to live their past. That's a really good answer to the question I asked. Kimon reads on top and says, I had a stalker once. Marianne says, if they love you, they will let you be free to always love. Actually, that's kind of true. But how many people are that mature? How many people are mature enough to actually do that? Caesar said, it's not love, it's obsession. True. Thursday Child said, yes, Marianne, I think so too. 2.5 acres, I got to start heading home. Y'all have a blessed week. Nice talking to y'all. It's a pleasure. Stay woke, my brother. And tell your wonderful wife I said hello. Joy says, is stalking true love? Stalking has nothing to do with love. I really believe that people who are stalkers have had some sort of psychological break. And they need help. And I think what I'm trying to say is it's many of my friends who have been stalked in their lives somehow start believing that they had something to do with the situation. You have nothing to do with that situation. Nothing. The person has issues, and for whatever reason, they attach themselves to you emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, or sexually, and I don't think there's much you can do about it. I mean, unless they're willing to get help. You know, so I don't think you could have done nothing in that situation. And I think as science evolves, psychiatrists and psychologists are beginning to realize, behavioral scientists are beginning to realize that, you know, it's just like back in the day, people used to say the woman had something to do with being raped. No. If she's in that bed, start naked, if she said yes 10 minutes before and you're both naked, she takes off her clothes, she forgive me, whatever, and she says at the very last second, no, it's no. You know, she is still not to be blamed. Voxby says, hello, new here. Welcome. What's going on? Welcome to the awesome tribe. You are in a safe space. We are discussing the concept of soulmates, and are soulmates real? That's what we're discussing today. What up, one? Big up yourself, Boxby. So to answer you, Kimon Reed Unstoppable, there's nothing you can do in that situation. And I've had male friends and female friends and family members be stalked. Unfortunately, that's never happened to me. I don't think you have anything to do with that. I just think the person that person has an issue, and there are a lot of us out there as human beings. We are broken. You know what I always say, and I forgot. If no one has told you this in the last since you were born, in the last 10 years of your life, the last 5 years of your life, the last 12 months, the last 7 days, the last 24 hours, the last 3 minutes, let me be the first to say this. You are awesome. You are remarkable. You are an amazing human being. You are deserving of the best of the best. You are love incarnate given that chance. You are power incarnate given that chance. You are winning given that chance. So I just want to tell you, hey Heather, how you doing? I just want to communicate this to you. Remind you, you are special. You are remarkable. You are awesome. You are awesome. And it is imperative that you know this, and it is imperative that you tell yourself this, because my beautiful brothers and sisters, many of us, myself included, we are without a doubt hurt, broken. And I think this is why love is so important to us. And this is why being loved by, as well as loving others, is so important to our mental, spiritual, and psychic health. More like codependency. Joy says they can be dangerous. Yes. Kimoni says, I communicated to his family too. What did his family understand what you were trying to tell him, Kimoni, the Unstoppable? Heather says, hello, Peter. You are awesome also. Thank you, beautiful friend. You amazing person. Marianne says, oh, I missed that speech. Oh, yeah, I miss it too. We have to talk to you, my beautiful friends. Look, the concept of love is, I think in many ways it's been skewed, because my concept of love really is, I'm gonna really discuss this in another, because I'm gonna be doing a whole series on this thing about talking about love. But suffice it to say, what I'm trying to say is, I think love is, I think I fully understood love, people, the first time I held my daughter. I think that's when I understood that this human being, as I held her, that first time I was in the delivery room, I held her before her mother held her. I realized in that very moment, in the second that I did this and I held her, I realized that here was a person who unequivocally, without thought, I would give my life for. Here was a person who I needed to be happy. Here was a person who I would be willing to dedicate the rest of my life on this planet for that person to be happy. And understand that I love her mom. Understand that I love my mother, my father, my parents, my family, my siblings, my friends, other persons I've been with. But I understood in that moment that this person, and I then understood that love does not necessarily need love in response. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say to you. Love in its purest and truest form is something you give. It's not about receiving. And I'm missing some of these comments, people. I'm sorry, let me just go back down really quick and get some of this. Glorious Life on Wheels says, Kim On Reed says, right, Peter, we are awesome in every way. Most definitely, you beautiful human beings, you are. Glorious Life on Wheels says, I used to work with people who were stalkers. They twist any and all action of their object of obsession as a secret message just for them, even if it is just a brief hello. The thinking is yes, and I mean that's what I'm saying. You can't win. You can't win. That person simply needs help, and the most we can do is try to get that person help, and try to avoid the person. You can't fix those kinds of people. And unfortunately, many of us, myself included, we are broken. We've had not good things happen to us, and not good things impact us in a way. And I think that's why I want to do this series over the next several weeks, where we talk about love, and we talk about what this thing that we discuss called love, and how important love is to all of us. Because we talk about a lot of things, and love. Marianne says soulmate immediately. Yes, yes, Marianne. When I held her in my arms, I understood unequivocally that this person's happiness meant more to me than my own. I understood in that very moment that I will do everything in my power to ensure that this person was okay, that I would protect this person with my very being. And that's when I think I understand the concept of love. What I felt for the girl I was telling you about at Pulse, right? I think that was a kind of love, but it was a love dominated by sexual desire. And that's not a bad thing either, because sometimes we vilify the concept of sexual desire. That's not a bad thing. I'm just saying that there are different types of love. The love I feel for my girls is unequivocal. You know what I'm saying? Kimon says, yes, Peter. His family helped me tell him in the right way. That's good. I'm very happy, Kimon Reed. Glorious Life on Me says, when you hold your child for the first time, you realize that you truly did not fully understand the capacity for loving until then. That is absolutely true. Heather Richardson says, love encompasses a range of strong and positive emotional and mental states, from the most sublime virtue of our good behavior, the deepest impersonal affection, to the simplest pleasure. Yes, that is absolutely true. Absolutely true. I think also that the soulmate concept, it is imperative also because we want to believe, we want to know that there's someone out there who understands us. And I think someone came into the stream a while ago and the person said they're lonely. And I wish I could hug that person. I honestly wish I could, because I can understand that, especially what we've been living through where we can't be physical with people. Look, we are designed as beings to cohabitate. We are designed to find persons who understand us. It is really important, even in the most twisted mind, to find someone who understands the most twisted mind. A part of being human beings is the desire to have someone who understands us. That has always been my concept, until I wrote what Glorious Life on Wheels wrote earlier, which was absolutely spot on. I would only add that I think for us, the soulmate must be someone who understands you, even without thought. You know, like my friends Fred and his wife Doreen. They just seem to have a symbiosis, and you don't see that with many couples. Susie stalkers are so very, very dangerous. Oh, yes, they are. Yeah, yes. And they come in all packages and in all shapes and forms. And one has to be really careful. As I said, there are a lot of damaged persons out there. I think the vast majority of human beings have been hurt and damaged and have not had an opportunity to process this in a healthy way. Susie says, I agree, Glorious. It's happened to me too, Susie. I'm just happy that you're here and you're safe. Gloria says, I hope you have totally escaped that person, Susie. I think what I want us to do is just get into this concept of what we consider love to be. And I think we all, well, Susie says, yes, I got a restraining order. Joy says, love me tender, love me true, and never let me go. All I know is I love you. Love me tender, love me true, never let me go. All I know is I love you. I mean, just think about it. That four-letter word preoccupies the entire globe. It really preoccupies us. And I think love, the concept of this, the soulmate. Your soulmate can start out as a friend, but if you consummate that relationship in a physical and sexual manner, and the sexual chemistry equates, the spiritual chemistry, then I mean, what do you do then? Because if you find someone who understands you, and someone who understands you emotionally, spiritually, sexually, that is your greatest desire. And if you are attracted to this person in every way possible, and the person is, you know, it's a remarkable and powerful thing. What I found is I thought I had that sensation with other people, but I realized not I thought I had that connection. But as I evolved, or they evolved, my concept or our desire for each other changed. If you get what I'm saying, our desire for each other evolved into something else. Um, Sometimes a more potent, and sometimes a less potent. The Gaming Prince 91, thank you so very much for sharing me out. Marian says, I agree, Peter. I have to go for a moment. School needs to talk to me. Okay, no problem. Thank you for stopping by, Marianne. I'll link you later. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're resting. How you doing, the Gaming Prince 91? How you doing? We are talking today about the concept of a soulmate, the Gaming Prince 91. If you believe that there's only one person, there are several persons in the chat who believe that there are several soulmates. There are a few who believe there is no such a thing, and there are a few who believe that God provides this one soulmate for you, and if you are fortunate enough to find the person, once you are patient, all is beautiful, and all is wonderful. I'm doing an entire series on love and different aspects of love, and what we think about love, and and why love is so important. And the truth is, there's so many broken human beings. Y'all know, if you've been with me since I first got on YouTube in this way, that I believe a lot of the issues that we have as human beings comes from spending years not having our self-esteem reinforced by those who should have, like our family, our institutions, our teachers, etc. And so you have a lot of persons who have low self-esteem, self-loathing, low self-worth, and eventually, when you despise yourself, you weaponize it and you point that at other people. You obsess over persons, you hate persons, you victimize people. And I think a lot of that comes from self-loathing. And I kind of think that if we could get to a place, right, where we understand that all of us are deserving of love, we are all special, we are all remarkable, then we will have less incidents of self-loathing, which will lead to less incidents of weaponizing that low self-esteem into hate. Justin, how you doing, my brother? How are you? How are you doing, bro? How you doing? Justin, I need you to go check out on, I think it's on, go check out on Netflix a series called The Game. Go watch it. It's about football and how it started in England. It is remarkable, bro. You got to go see this. Girls Life on the Week says, I think it is acceptable to become involved with a person other than your soulmate if you are willing to give the other person all you have available. That is beautiful, man. That is absolutely beautiful, and it makes a lot of sense. I'm going to say this again. I'm going to remind you. Should no one have said this to you since you were born, in the last 10 years, the last 7 years, the last 12 months, the last 30 days, the last 7 days, the last 4 minutes, let me say this to you. You are awesome. You are awesome. You are remarkable. You are amazing beings. Irregardless of your flaws, you are perfect. You are beautiful creatures. It is okay to love yourselves. You deserve love. You deserve happiness. You deserve to win. Believe in your beauty. Believe in yourself. Believe in your amazing awesomeness. It is imperative to do so. Heather says, I think a soulmate is One has a feeling of deep or natural affinity. It involves similarity, love, romance, platonic relationships, comfort, intimacy, sexuality, sexual activity, spirituality, compatibility, and trust. Yeah. Kimon Reader says we need to notice healthy love and notice different toxic love. And a good idea to talk about the topics. Oh yeah, we're going to be discussing that because I need to say this, Kimon Reader Unstoppable. There is no toxic love. If someone has we conflate the idea of love with so many other things that it has nothing to do with love. As I said, in my own limited experience, I realized what love is when I had my girls. I understood that love doesn't really expect anything in return. It is simply love. You are happy even if you're the person that you consider your soulmate is not with you. If you truly love that person and they find love with someone else, you want them to be happy. It is the same emotion that a father has or a mother has for their children. You want your child to be happy. Even if you don't approve of their mate, you still want them to be happy. Yes, Heather Richardson, it is unconditional. And like I said, I understood this concept of love then. That is when I understood that concept, that when I held her, I recognized that my love for this being was so perfect that all I could think about was making this person happy. And I think sometimes as a community, we forget this amazing thing called love, and we forget its power and how it's able to impact us, and listen. I think human beings, there are three things that drives us. I think the most powerful emotion that drives us is love. I think the second powerful emotion that drives us is fear. We fear many things. We fear trying something new. We fear, and I'm going to do a whole series on this thing because this thing called fear can be very detrimental, but it can also be very healthy. And then I think the third thing that drives us, which is really something that's created by the fabric of our society, is the material, is to acquire, and the idea to acquire is really to create a buffer for ourselves and those we care about. So I kind of think those are the three things that drives us in terms of emotions as human beings. But the idea of the soulmate, I think, is really imperative, and it's very, very powerful. And I'm so happy that you all chose to spend a little time with me discussing it. I'm going to be doing this series for the next several weeks because I really want to talk about, and love is a topic that we can talk about endlessly, because we are going to talk about the concept of a toxic love. And I call it a concept because I don't believe true love can ever be toxic. But because many of us are fractured emotionally or broken, we kind of get to a place where we misconstrued our it's just like I said, that young lady at Pulse, when I saw her, my loins burnt. And I'm not joking. I desired her. I didn't even want to know her name. And that's when I realized, wait a minute, this is just pure unadulterated lust. I did fall in love with her because I was fortunate enough to date her and realize that she was much more than what I saw and desired. But what drove me to her was this thing, this burning sensation, and y'all don't go there. but I'm talking about it in a spiritual, sexual way. Justin says, I cannot watch news anymore because it annoys me so much. Why is that, Justin? I never hear you say that, man. What's going on with you? Justin, please go check out that thing on Netflix. You will love that, bro. You're a football person like me. You will absolutely love it. It's remarkable. It discusses football at its earliest and why football is the way it is now. You really enjoy it. Why did you say that, Justin? What's happening with you? What's going on? Joy says, love cannot hurt. And I agree with you, it can't. Justin says, police officer murdering young girl here. That's what the world has come to. I'm gonna go find out what that's about. I'm really sorry about. You know, when I hear those things, this is one of the reasons why I'm saying this to all of you. We have to start loving on ourselves, and we have to start reinforcing the people around us. We have to let people know that they're relevant, because I think what happens is a lot of these things that are happening, they're coming out of fear and self-loathing. I really believe this. I really believe that a lot of these actions, a lot of the prejudices, a lot of the it really is a result of people of self-loathing, people who have very low self-esteem, who have been put in positions of authority. You know, I'm really sorry that that young lady was hurt, Justin. I'm really, really sorry about that. But Justin, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm also really sorry for the police officer, because if he did this in a way that was cold and calculating, his spirit is he's gonna pay. People always pay for doing evil things. I noticed that we don't use that term. We talk about love now, but we don't talk about evil. But there are acts of absolute and abject evil. So, in conclusion, it appears that we sort of believe uh, it we because I'm about to close out. Let me say I'm going to be doing this again. Just keep checking my community tabs, and if you have not already, please hit the notification bell and hit all so you can see the notifications. I know I've not been doing enough of these, but I'm going to be doing them more frequently, and I'm going to be discussing love because that's something we need to. Um, uh, you'll find out what the next topic is going to be about in part two. We're going to do this about 10 parts of this, but I think that we really need to talk as people. We need to discuss this topic of love because it really has created a lot of issues. The desire for or the misunderstanding of. Justin says, thing is, Peter, he exposed himself twice before it happened. Oh my God. The Metropolitan Police is on the investigation. Oh my gosh. I'm really sorry to hear about that, Justin. I'm really sorry, that young lady and her family. And yeah, I'm even sorry about the policeman because I'm sure that he has done irreparable damage to his own spirit and to his own family. You know, I will, Justin. I promise you, I will. I'm gonna keep my promises. So he just says, glad to see you do this again. Yeah, I'm glad to do this again also. Um, I love you all. I'm going to be doing on Sunday, Smooth Sailing Sundays at 7 p.m. Jamaica time. I think we're no longer the same time. Stop by. It's going to be amazing. And you know, people, I love all of you. And I really need you to understand that you're important and you are very, very special. Um, we talk a lot about physical health. We talk a lot about mental health, but your spiritual health is also very, very important. You need to understand how important you are and how blessed you are and how remarkable you are. Justin, we're going to be praying for that young lady and her family, and we're also going to be praying for the police officer who committed that heinous crime. You know, let me tell you something, people. That young man who is in custody now for shooting George, for kneeling on George Floyd's neck. I pray for him. And I know that might sound strange because I think he has done irreparable damage. Can you imagine the damage he has done to his children, his family? They must be horrified and ashamed. And imagine the damage he has done to himself, even if he's not aware of it. He took a human being from us for no apparent or rational reason. And I really think people like that have horrific self esteem issues. There's something wrong when we lose our humanity. And I think we need to feel sorry for those people. I feel really, really sorry for George Floyd and his beautiful little girl and his family and his children. But I also feel a horrific spiritual, uh, you know, shame for that gentleman who did that. The thing is, all our actions in this universe is symbiotic. Nothing we do does not affect someone close to us. And we have to understand the power we have as human beings to love. You even have to love those who hurt you. And I'm not saying passively to stand by and let people hurt you, because I think you should stand up and fight. But I'm also saying understand the power you have as human beings and your capacity to love. Guys, come on, join me on Sunday. Sunday, we do a great stream where I sing the songs you love. If you feel like donating to the channel, you donate to the channel. If you want to super chat, you super chat. If you don't want it, it's not a problem. Just come on by. Let me ease your mind this Sunday at 7 p.m. right here. And next week, look out. I'm going to be doing these streams at 5 p.m. and I might do a few at 7. So Sunday, that's 2 days time, 7 p.m. Jamaica time, because I don't think we're on the same time with Eastern Standard Time anymore. I think that might have already changed back, or it's about to. Stop by and let me sing something really nice for you, and let's just vibe and have a good time. And next week, we're going to continue this series. We're going to be doing this series for several weeks about love. And then we're going to be just discussing different aspects of love. Because people, you all know about love, man. You only know about love, people. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I love every single one of you. To the 2 new persons who stopped by, thank you so very much. For my awesome tribe, my family, I love you guys for being here. Oh, and remember, on the 26th, we have another amazing The Royals in concert lined up for you. It's going to be just amazing. We love the whole out. Justin, I will be praying for that young lady, and I'm going to be praying for the gentleman. I'm going to check it out. Justin says, I know one mistake, paying for it forever, but something got to be so wrong. Yeah, I agree. I agree, my brother. I love all of you. Please, you are relevant. You are important. The world needs you. You're awesome. We need you. We need you to be here with us. I love all of you. All right. It just says, Peter and everyone, please stay safe, healthy. Greatest love to you all. Every day is a new day. Kimon says, I turn on all my notifications on YouTube, Peter, so I see you on Sunday. No problem. Susie, I love you. Joy, Vivet, Justin, love you, bro. Glorious Life on Wheels, thank you so very, very much for your wisdom. Kimon Reed, Unstoppable, thank you so very much. For my 2 newbies who came by, thank you. Vivet, you know me, love you. Marianne, love you. Susie, love you. I love you guys. You guys are remarkable. See you guys on Sunday, 7 p.m. Jamaica time. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to make you feel good. Let me ease your mind and what it's telling me. And you know, ooh, girl, that I'm not shy. I love you guys. You are awesome. Here in my mind, girl, I wanna shake you down.